The A-List.
Welcome back to the A-List podcast with Allison and
You've never done that.
I know.
It's you first, girl. With Alice.
With
Welcome. Welcome. Oh my God, look who wants to sit with you.
Come here, buddy. No, he's lying.
That was crazy. He was going to jump up there.
Come here. Welcome back to the A-List podcast with Allison and Alex. I'm Allison.
And I'm Alejandro.
Welcome back. Come here. Do you want to sit with me?
No, he just wants to show you his toys. He's going
Okay,
to go get more
whatever.
toys.
Hold on. I gotta fix myself.
While you're fixing yourself, guys, sorry about last week.
For real, we started editing. Well, I started editing because I do the first edit. And I was like, hey,
Well,
this looks bad.
yeah, because we tried a one camera to because
Yeah. And we said there was an issue, and the issue was that we were ugly.
the issue was we looked fucking terrible.
Like, it was also, we were on the edge of
So it
the
was warped.
frame, so it was kind of warped. It just, like, did not look good. It looked even worse than us not really having a setup.
Correct.
And so we were like, you know what? We'll save everyone's eyeballs.
Yeah, we'll just call this an audio only week.
Yeah. So hope you...
But we have two cameras again. We're back.
Yeah, we're back.
And I'm still not moved in.
Yeah, his bed is currently in the box right next to me.
But it's hopefully cropped out.
But he can't put it together because he hurt his hand.
Guys, look at this. He's so sporty.
Yeah, you're so sporty. You jammed your
I-
fingers.
I did. So
Classic sports.
Classic sports. The update is Dodgeball season has begun.
Mm-hmm.
And Lucille's balls dominated our first game against Juno's 7-1. We have 4 new players and
How'd they do? Who were the new players?
Ashley. Ramiro.
Okay. Oh, yeah.
A person named Janessa, and then a woman named Carney.
Cute.
So Carney is a friend of Pat's, Pat Nabas.
Oh, okay.
She went to high school or college with Pat, and he was like, she's really she's a sporty lesbian. Like, and we didn't have any more spots left. Like, it's a maximum of 18 people.
Mm.
And at the time, Brendan was going to be on our team.
Oh.
Yeah.
Did you ask him, or was he like, I want to play?
Sasan asked him, I guess, like 2 weeks ago at your guys' game.
Okay.
Random. He was like, I'm gonna freelance.
Free agent.
I'm gonna free agent this season. And then Sass was like, oh, I think there's a spot on our team. And so, but by the time I had said yes,
Oh, yeah.
he had already joined another one.
Got it.
Truly, like, they play Tuesday and Wednesday because we saw them as we were leaving. It was Brendan, Nick, and Blake.
Yeah.
Anyway, so then, and at the same time, Pat had asked if his friends, Carney, and I think her partner could join.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, sorry, we're full. And then I was like, hey, Pat, we've got one spot. Actually, he's like, okay, it's got to go to Carney. She's a sporty les. She is.
Oh, really?
So all but Carney showed up for orientation.
Okay.
So like they went, I was on the phone with you when I got there. Like Ramiro was
Oh,
first
yeah.
one
The first
there.
week always has that orientation.
Yeah. So they made it for orientation. She did not. And so we didn't have Karina and we didn't have Freddie. Freddie's in Europe.
I know.
Melania. Ugh.
Everything looks so cute.
And he's going to a wedding in a castle, like gorgeous.
I didn't know that. I thought they were just on a birthday trip.
No, he's doing. It's like they're going for a Scottish wedding in a castle.
Oh, cute.
And Karina had an injury in her leg, so we only had 2 people that needed to sit out at a time because we had 16, not 18. And I was like, so Carney shows up right before we start, and I was like, okay, like spit out how it goes.
Yeah.
And then I had her and Ramiro actually play. Ashley and Janessa sat out the first game.
Mm-hmm.
Guys, Carney's MVP. The
Did
way
she
she
know
just
how to-
knew what to do.
Okay. Like,
No,
had
she
never
never played
played,
before.
just, okay.
She was just like, oh, this is a sporty person who understands sports.
Yeah.
Here's what the takeaway is. They had the same kind of questions we did after our first game, but they all played so well.
Yeah.
The one game we lost was down to, it was an Allison moment because you know how it,
Mm-hmm.
So
And that
was-
happened to me this week, so I can't wait to tell you.
and it was just Ramiro
Oh, no.
by himself. And
Oh, no.
it was crazy. He held his own for a while and then they
Okay.
got him. It was like 4 against Ramiro.
Yeah.
That
That's
was our
funny.
only game that we lost. But
Dang, I wish I
everyone-
could have watched.
So I have footage of it because Michael has the Ray-Bans with a camera in it glasses. So he
course
has
he
all this
does.
footage. Also, Sid came and brought
The
her
most
sister.
technological family ever.
Truly,
Of course he does.
Truly. The game went really well. Everyone played so well. Everyone was
Nice.
really communicative and like everyone got along. Everyone was great about taking turns sitting out.
Yeah.
And then of course, like at the huddle at the end, they had like the usual questions like, why were people yelling
Left and
ball
right.
right, ball left?
Yeah.
So
That is
had to
something
explain.
like you kind of forget. Like when you're trying to like
Yeah.
give the basics really fast, you do forget.
Of course,
that.
yeah.
But
And I was fucking on.
yeah.
It was like Sports Alex activated. So now this
You
is
are
a
really
sports
good at
podcast.
dodgeball. Like
I think it's just like now that I've done it 3 seasons. Well,
I think that you are sporty.
Yeah.
You just
I needed
don't
some confidence.
Yeah, you need confidence and you need to like just throw yourself in and
Yeah.
and get out of your head in it.
Yeah, and
Because you would, I guarantee you'd be good at volleyball.
Oh, probably.
Not just because of your height, but that would be very helpful.
Yeah.
But I think that you'd be good at it. I don't know how we get you to that, but
I was crushing it.
yeah.
I only got out once,
Wow.
and I was
How many games? You played a lot of games, right?
7-1, so 8.
Yeah.
Yeah. I sat out one, and then I was taken out one. I sat out after this, guys. So I got a little cocky, and the opposing team threw a ball. I had just dodged one with like a leg move, and then went and caught it right here, right in my arm. If you're listening, I'm holding my arm up, and
That's pretty crazy.
I basically caught the ball in like my arm, like my elbow pit.
Yeah.
And then I was like, hell yeah. And then like their best thrower just like launched one at me, and I reached my arm out to grab
Like
it.
your Iron Man.
Yeah, like I was just going to absorb it.
Yeah.
And then it jammed my finger real
Yeah.
good. Also, we have new balls this season with the logo on it, and they're a little smaller,
Oh,
easier to manage.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Nice. I think that from now on, you need to tape your knuckles on that, like
Yeah.
probably for like the whole season,
Yeah,
just
yeah,
so
yeah.
it doesn't get done. Like,
And I have a
jammed again.
headshot session tomorrow, so I'm like, it's
You're
not
gonna have to take it off.
It's not super bad. Yeah, I'll take it off. It's not
Yeah.
super bad anymore. It's just it's very swollen and
Yeah.
a little purple.
Did you ice it?
Oh yeah, and I have an ice one of these.
Oh, nice.
So that's in the freezer right now. I've already worn it a little bit.
Though that is like genius. When I was young, that wasn't a thing.
No.
because I was always twisting my ankles.
Of course.
It's like honestly, somehow the fact that I don't have like very large cankles is crazy because I was always
Rolling your
jamming and
ankle?
rolling and
Damn.
spraining my ankle in all the sports.
Allison.
I know, but I got Josh one of the because he has had a knee injury.
Yeah.
And I got him a brace that is like
An ice pack. It's
which I
genius.
didn't know that was a thing.
The finger one is so nice. I mean,
Yeah.
you put it in the freezer. It really only stays cold for like 30 minutes, but
Yeah.
you shouldn't be icing it more than that anyway. It's great.
Right. Yeah. Honestly, cornhole is like it's Josh's friend. Like the reason we're there is
Yeah.
because he is friends with multiple people and like he wouldn't get to see those people
Outside of something
outside
like
of
this.
it because one of them is pregnant and they don't live near and like everyone's busy and so
Yeah.
they had asked him to play in this league because like it's a fun thing to see your friends. But it is far for us to drive and also so many people in this league just like don't come.
Oh.
And sometimes they don't tell so one of his friends' boyfriends is who runs it.
Okay.
And so he knows him.
Yeah.
And Josh couldn't be since baseball season has started, there's a Dodger game. So we had a game at 7 and 9 this week.
Okay.
And literally days before he messaged the guy that's running it and was like, hey, I can't be at the 7 o'clock one, but I can make it for the 9. Is there someone who could sub? And they knew that
But
long
you
in
were
advance.
gonna make it.
I was going to make it, but I can't throw both sides. I
Sure.
think that's a thing.
Yeah.
So we found someone to sub for us rather than just being like, well, we can't make it. And
Yeah.
we gave days in advance for him to find someone to help us. There are people who just don't show up at all.
Yikes.
And then we drive there, like sometimes having to leave almost an hour early
Yeah.
to get there for the 7 o'clock game,
Yeah.
only for them to be like, oh, they didn't show up. And then we're just sitting there.
That's frustrating.
Or we came there for no reason.
Yeah.
I don't know what that is. Like, that's annoying to me. So he was like, look, we're not doing this again.
Yeah.
So you know what? Next season for Dodgeball, we'll probably be able to play.
Okay, good.
But quickly, I know this is a lot of Dodgeball talk at the beginning.
But we're both in 2 different leagues, you guys.
We are, I know. So this week, we had a moment where I was alone again. And my team actually won the whole game.
Love that.
This time, which was, whoa.
Yeah.
But it was 4-2. We had won 4, they had won 2. And it was down to me. There was 30 seconds left. It was me and a girl on their side who was really good. Like she was like their corner. So she was like better than me. And I was so athletic. I was dodging these balls.
Oh, hell yeah.
And I held my own until literally there was 1 second left. 1 singular second. Because they were like, just stay alive. Because points wise for the playoffs, like us winning 4-2 is better than us winning 4-3.
Right.
Yes.
Yeah.
So they were like screaming at me, just stay alive. So I am going back and forth on the baseline, and I would be like running one direction, and then I would see she was like about to throw it, and I would like juke and go the other way. It would go that way.
Yeah.
I did that so many times. I was on it. And at the last second, she threw it and it kind of curved. And so all I could do was kind of try to like drop down, like get low.
Yeah.
And it hit me square in my ear. And when I tell you, it was ringing? 1 second left. And my ear was ringing and just like hurt.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh my God, she hit me in my head. I'm not like,
you're safe.
I'm safe. And I look at her and she's like pointing to the head. And I was like, okay, she hit me in the head. The ref goes, hit your shoulder first. I was like, no, it didn't. Like it did not. I think it might have hit me like in the crook of my like neck ear area.
Sure.
But like I turned to him, and sometimes I have to remember because I get heated.
Yes, you're a competitive girly.
I'm competitive girly. Sometimes I have to remember, like, I am somewhat of a public figure. Like, I can't get crazy. I'm not famous.
It's fine. You don't have to.
But someone could post something about me and be like, she's crazy. And
you guys thought she was the calm one of the fitness marshal?
And be like, I don't know. It's just, I need to relax a little bit. I'm not out here getting in fights, but I do get a little...
Hold your own.
Yeah, I get a little heated.
Sure.
And I was like, you've got to be kidding me.
Yeah, that's frustrating.
It would not have hit me this hard in my square in my ear if it hit my shoulder first.
Right.
I just like don't think it's possible.
Yeah.
And so he was like, no, hit your shoulder first. And he didn't even entertain any conversation because the time expired, and then they were like, okay, shake hands, see ya.
Yeah.
And we walk out to our little huddle at the end, and I was like, you guys, I promise you, because I was honest earlier in the game where a ball hit me in the face, but it hit my hand first.
Yeah.
And the guy was like, oh, you're not out. It hit you in the face. I was like, no, it hit my hand first. And he was like, oh, the same guy was like, oh, thank you so much for being honest. I was like, yeah.
You're welcome.
So I would have been, if I like knew definitively that it hit my shoulder first and ricocheted, then I would have done it. Yeah. But it hit me so hard that I just can't imagine that it did.
Yeah.
So we're out in our huddle, and I'm like, you guys, it didn't hit my shoulder. And one of my other teammates was like, no, literally, I looked at her and she was agreeing that she hit your head. So I was like, what? The ref just decided that? Like, I think that if the person that threw it is like, no, it hit her head, they're agreeing, then you should go off of that.
Yeah.
Right? I don't know. I was annoyed, but we still won.
Okay, good.
And it was fine. And I held my own for like 30 seconds.
I'm proud of you.
But yeah, I was annoyed.
That is annoying.
Yeah.
The last thing I'll say, and this is an exciting thing that no one will care about except for Allison, is that Wednesdays in the city of West Hollywood through the month of April, they're turning off the meters as like a way to just like give back.
Yeah.
And we were like, SAS sent this in the group chat like a week ago, and we were like, is it real? Is it real? It's real. Not just the meters, any public city parking at all. So like the garages.
The whole city of West Hollywood?
The whole city of West Hollywood, every Wednesday, free parking.
Fun.
So just like, which you guys Wednesday nights are got dodgeball games, and then we go out in West Hollywood. So it's
there's
like,
a lot of sports that happen on Wednesdays regardless. Because there's always like softball teams
Yes,
and
kickball.
soccer. Yeah.
And also, like, High Tops is the bar that sponsors Out Loud Sports, as you know.
Yeah.
They've now reserved tables for Out Loud Sports on
Oh,
Wednesdays
nice.
because Wednesdays is Survivor night and they host Survivor. So we
Survivor
showed up.
is gay.
Survivor is gay. And we showed up. We were the 7 p.m. game. So we were like, you know, when you're in that one, like, there's
You're
no one
there.
at the bar.
Yeah.
So we get to the bar and there's and it's like blasting Survivor, but on the commercials,
Honestly, my two worlds colliding.
true. But then on commercials, it's just poppy, girly dance music, so loud, and then immediately cuts off Survivor.
That's weird. Can they just have the music like lower?
No, not at all. Just full Jeff
So
Probst
random.
screaming in your ear while you're trying to be like, yeah, so.
That's funny.
Also, now you can exchange the free beer for 6 shots.
Whoa.
Which is like we have teams of 14, but okay. And then
Only 6.
only 6. No, forgot the other thing I was going to say. There was something else that's changed.
The
that's fun.
nachos?
Nachos are the same, which is what we ended up getting.
Yeah.
You know,
Well, I think that Gym Bar is who sponsors
yours.
the league that I'm in, which is arguably not as good. Actually, not arguably. It's not
as good. It's smaller and it's harder to be in.
Not as good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, guys, that's Dodgeball.
That just reminded me.
Oh.
So Survivor is gay.
Survivor is gay.
What are other, I feel like we've probably talked about this before, but I just wanted to say it again.
Yeah,
what are
space.
things that are inherently like not gay but are gay?
Yeah, space.
Space.
Space is a big one.
Survivor.
Survivor.
Now that I said, I thought that I was going to have a big list.
All inclusives.
Yeah, I guess. Wait. Oh no, I feel like I had so many things in my head that I wanted to say.
Well, those are big ones.
Pokemon.
Oh yeah, Pokemon's gay.
Pokemon.
Sailor Moon.
Yes.
Yeah.
'Cause literally every gay person I know, not every gay person, 80% of the gay men I know are Pokemon like enthusiasts.
I am part of the 20% that's not.
Yes, that's why I had to bring it down a little because you're not. But so many gay people are Pokemon heads.
Pokemon stands.
What else?
Let us know. What do you guys? What's inherently
Iced coffee?
gay? Sure, I would say sure. Let us know in the comments what's something that's inherently gay.
Yeah,
but not gay.
I wish that I had more in my head. I just wanted to like note that Survivor is gay. Is that because no?
It just is.
It just is.
I also think the Traders is, but maybe it's just like I have this overarching.
Yeah, I was going to say reality TV,
Yeah.
but it's not.
No, you're right.
It's Bravo.
Bravo is gay.
Bravo's gay, but not necessarily CBS.
Correct.
Even though Survivor's on CBS.
Yeah, and Big Brother is on CBS.
But there's other CBS shows that are not. Amazing Race, not gay.
Correct, yeah.
It's so funny.
I don't know why, but it isn't.
Yeah. Anyway, there's that.
And there's our gay and sports corner.
Yeah, gay sports corner.
I've been thinking a lot about reincarnation.
You always are. This
Sure.
is not new.
No, but lately this is the thought I've been having recently, and I was thinking
Okay.
about it today in the context of like you, and I was like, how funny if reincarnation is real that like in another life you might have been like the Black Dahlia, and you were just like
Just
famously murdered, and then this time you were like, I'm gonna go as like a slightly traumatized Midwesterner who dances and then ends up back in Hollywood, but for totally different reasons than the last time I was here.
The Black Dahlia is kind of like, what a horrific time.
I know, but I think that's what I'm thinking about. Like we know these. What if reincarnation's real and we were significant figures in history before?
Well,
just being like, wow, that sucks for them, and it's like, no, but that was me.
do you not remember what Gaul told me?
No, what did he tell you?
He told me, hold on, I don't want to say it wrong, but let me pull it up because I have a note that still says Gaul.
So while you're pulling that up, because what he said to me was, I was a leader in a foreign country of a great battle, and I died in that battle.
Wait, he just tells people that then? Because that's really close to what he said to me.
Let's hear.
Hold on. That's insane.
You know what, though?
I don't have it written down.
That's a safe thing to say because of how
Yes.
many battles were there back in the day.
So it wasn't battles. He said that I was a royal figure in sometime in history, and that my people took me out, murdered me.
Oh, you were sabotaged.
And that I was a man. That's where I got, we've talked about this before. So sorry, guys. That's where I said that I think that I'm the Russian Tsar, Alexander.
Oh, Alexander, yeah.
And maybe that's why you and I are connected, because your name is Alexander.
And maybe I was Alexander the Great. No.
Maybe. Was he bad?
I think I was a centurion soldier.
All I can think of is the
A
Amex card.
centurion soul. Oh, they're going to
What does
say
that
the
mean?
Christian song.
No, I don't know that song.
A centurion was the leader of a Roman he was the leader of 100 men as part of an army. So like there would be every 100 men would have a centurion
Got it.
lead them, and they were like right hand to the like leadership and very trusted and super brave, and that's why I wear a centurion necklace. That's what this is.
Wait, really?
Yeah.
I've never known this about you.
Anyway, yes.
You just have a feeling that that's what you are, like what you were?
Well, he said that I was the leader of an army.
Oh, he told you that. Okay.
And I was like, that kind of resonates with me.
Yeah.
Being like not like a ruler. I was just the leader of a battalion. I don't know. So maybe I was a centurion.
Maybe.
And I died.
So, and I think when he said that to me, I immediately was like, I am so interested in history, especially in royal families.
Yeah.
And I have been very interested in learning about the what's their last name?
Romanovs?
The Romanovs. And so interested that I can't remember their names. But so when he said that, my immediate thought was that's who I must be.
Yeah.
So maybe it's true, or maybe he just says slightly different historical things.
He just alters it
because
a little
like, what
bit.
if he just says like, you were a Daisy? Like, okay.
True.
Stanley.
That's enough mouth noises out of you. Anyway, we don't have to. The thing is, I've just been thinking about it a lot lately. I
am not mad about it. I mean, I don't wish that I was the Black Dahlia, because that was a horrific death. Did they ever find? No, that's a thing.
They never
right?
found it. It's an unsolved. Yeah. I think the thing that's like fascinating about it to me is that if you believe in the spiritual practice of Stanley,
he's gonna fall off. Oh my god,
buddy,
Stanley, he's trying to. Okay, have a little bit.
What the hell? He has no self-preservation. No, you don't. You're cute. Is like if you believe the spiritual practice of like not just reincarnation, but that like we're souls that choose our existence, blah, 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 whatever. You can believe that, or you cannot. We're not going to get into it, but in that practice, it is believed that you choose your life.
Oh, I thought it was just assigned to you.
No, you choose. And you know what you're going to experience.
Well, then why wouldn't you keep choosing to be rich and famous?
No, because the idea to be an ascendant soul, like an old soul, fully formed leaf blower sounds really nice, is to have all of the experiences so that you have a full understanding of what the human experience is. And according to these teachings as well, the human experience is the most intense experience that a soul can experience.
Yeah. Do they say that your soul comprehends all of these lives really quickly? Like, in
the soul realm?
Yes. So, like, if I'm like, I'm gonna choose to be a poor pauper this time, and I live to be 65. Does that 65-year range go really quickly?
In the soul realm, it's like a snap of a finger.
So you live hundreds of thousands of
lives, yeah.
And there's no end to it? Do you get sick of it?
Yeah. No, there will come a time when you're done. That's why, like...
So the good place was a mixture of all...
Yes.
All religions.
Correct. It was like a melting pot. So that
part of it where they choose to then cease to exist...
Yes.
...is part of this religion.
And this is why, I don't know, like when people think they are like you experience someone who you think's an old soul...
Yeah.
It's because they probably are. You're sensing someone that's like, hey, you're my age, but like you're also a grandpa.
Yeah.
It's because they've done it.
Yeah.
And that's also, maybe this is a little dark, but I have had this overwhelming feeling that this is the last time I'm doing life.
Oh my.
I've had it for a long time.
God.
As soon as I started learning about this stuff, I was like, I have this feeling that like I'm not doing this again.
Yeah. You feel tired?
Yeah. Like this is my last time trying this.
Okay. That seems sad to
Gall
me.
also told me that this is the last time. He didn't say it would be my last time, but I'm interpreting it as that because he was like, you won't be living your life with your siblings ever again. But I have lived many lives with my siblings in different iterations. Like I've been their parent. They've been mine.
That's sad to me. I don't like that.
But we will all be in the soul realm together. Okay, wow, this took a turn. Sorry, guys. Reincarnation to soul talk. Now we're going
Wait,
back
what was?
to
Oh,
pop
I was
culture.
gonna say that I want to make a sweeping declaration.
Let's hear it.
Let me get ready.
Yeah.
It might not be the most whatever. Rewind.
Try that again.
I think that The Good Place is actually one of the best shows that has ever been created. Layered. Is it a hot take?
It's a take.
It's a take because it's so layered. It is just like a silly little, comedy sitcom that is not, it's not super deep. It made me cry multiple times, but it's not, on the surface, it's not supposed to be like this super deep show.
I think.
But it's so layered, and like what I just realized with that, it's not just because on the surface it looks like heaven and hell, the good place, the bad place, heaven and hell, Christianity. But then the more you watch it and the more like little things you pick up on, it really is an amalgamation of pretty much all religions put together.
Kind of showing like it all comes back to the same place.
Yeah. And we're all essentially the same, and we all should treat each other well and learn how to be good people. Even if you come from a terrible background and you have picked up all these traits that quote make you a bad person and you treat people badly, like you can change and you can learn how to make decisions that make you a better person.
Yeah.
All of that, like on the surface, it just feels like, oh, it's funny and like funny situations and heaven and hell and whatever. But then like by the end of the show, it's like so layered, and I feel like it's like one of the best shows ever made.
And you're right in that, like after like season 1, you were like, oh, this is a funny comedy.
Yeah.
And then it just like got so deep.
It gets so deep.
But keeps the comedic edge.
Yeah.
In
I
like
think
a really
it's
clever
genius.
way. Yeah.
So that's my
that's your
sweeping
take.
declaration.
I love that.
Okay, I have a question. What is a mindless video on social media that you are never going to skip watching? Because I realized I have one. I never thought of it before.
Like something that keeps coming up?
Yeah. Like something that, not necessarily topical, but something that's like a mindless video. So for example, mine is those videos where they mix colors like of paints. There's like 2 colors. And it'll be like light blue and whatever. And there's like 5 swatches.
Yeah.
And it'll be like 90% light blue, 10% whatever the other color is. Color theory is hard for me. What goes with blue? What's across from blue?
Yellow?
Well, yellow
is
and
in blue.
Green.
I don't know.
Whatever. You know what I mean? Like whatever would mix well with the color. And it's like 90 and 10, and then like 70, 30, 50, 50. And it goes down, and then they mix all the colors together very like slowly, and there's like ASMR.
Yeah.
And I'm always so into it. I'm like, what is the next color? What's the shade going to be? What's the shade name going to be?
Yeah.
I love them so much, and I will never skip watching it because it just like it gives me serotonin. So I just wondered if you have any like
it's ballroom hair design ASMR videos.
That's so many things.
I cannot ever not watch them.
I've never seen one of these. Ballroom hair. Oh, you mean like salsa?
Yeah, ballroom dancing.
I was thinking ballroom like Paris is Burning ballroom.
Oh, no. Ballroom dancing, hairstyling, ASMR videos.
Yeah, because the gel has a sound. Yeah, I've seen one before. It's cemented.
It's cemented.
It's crazy.
They're not even, in my opinion, they're not even like that. Like to me, it's like, that's weird. Like
they're very intricate and like
specific to that.
The style.
I get it. But like, how is it? And every single one of these people getting their hair done have incredibly thick, nice hair.
And how? Because there's heat. There's so much
much hairspray,
products,
gel,
and they're doing it, and they're pulling it so tight on their scalp. It's giving.
They're using rubber bands.
JoJo Siwa.
And they're using rubber bands.
Oh yeah. Imagine taking a shower. You would have to wash your hair like.
Well, they
10
show
times.
that some of this account that I always end up on has some videos of people taking it out. And it's just like, ow.
Yeah, it seems like it would hurt.
But I will always watch them.
You're telling me that their hairlines are
not receding.
How old are they?
I feel like
early 20s.
Like late teens into their 20s, yeah.
Julianne Hough has good hair, I guess.
That's true.
But JoJo Siwa pulled her hair back in that ponytail for so long, and I feel like she does have some breakage and like whatever. Speaking of breakage, I need you guys to know if there's any stylists out there. I should just text Fernanda. Is it bad to use one of those hair dryers that also is the brush? Like, is that bad? Because I feel like I have so much breakage and my hair is not blonde anymore. Mm-hmm. And I can't figure out why. Is the breakage still from the platinum that it's just still growing out? Yeah. Or is me using this? You know what I'm talking about, right?
I do, yeah.
I have like I don't even know what brand it is. It's a mid-tier brand. It's not like a Dyson one. Yeah. It's not a super, super cheap one. It's like middle of the tier, but it helps me style my hair so well because I'm not good at styling my hair. Okay. So doing that to dry my hair, like I just section it off and then I do the brushing, drying combo and it's pretty straight. And then all I have to do is run the straightener just like a little bit over it. Yeah. But I still have so much breakage. And I feel like now that I'm realizing it has to be just from that, but why? What's like...
Drop the tips below.
Yeah, if you're a hairstylist or know about that, let me know if I should stop using it because I love it. Yeah. I'm sad if I have to stop. If I have to go back to a regular hair dryer that just makes my hair so big and poofy, just not
That's
good.
very me.
Do you use a regular hair dryer?
I do. I use a Dyson.
Okay, work.
Yeah, I've had it for a long time.
Work. Rich.
Back then.
I saw, Spencer Pratt.
What about him?
I was scrolling on TikTok and I saw him slinging
T-shirts?
Designer bags. Like, I assume they're Heidi's.
Slinging?
Selling them on TikTok Live. You know, like those people who are like, oh, you want to buy this? Okay, comment. Yeah, okay. Like, he was doing that and it was on his real page. Uh-huh. And it was like vintage, pre-owned designer bags. Like the one I saw was a like Louis Vuitton, one of the like colorful ones, selling it for like $800. And I was like, okay, I understand. You lost everything you own. So I'm not mad at the hustle. It's just so interesting to me because I feel like they don't have to do it on TikTok. I feel like they could just be like, he could make a TikTok that's like, yeah, we're selling, we had a warehouse or we had a storage unit that had all these old bags that Heidi never used that survived and we're going to sell them because, we don't need them and we need to rebuild our lives. So here is a full listing, kind of like how the Kardashians do Kardashian Closet.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Here's a website that list them, like go buy them. Yeah. But it was fully like he was one of those, like someone in another country. I don't know really what country, but like, how they talk so fast and they're like, so was it a parody? Do they get more money for being on TikTok Shop Live?
Like, you get a broader audience is probably all.
Yeah, but
you get pushed if you do live.
Are people really buying that expensive of a product on TikTok Shop Live?
I don't know. Did you stay long enough to see if he was selling?
Yeah, I could look at it. I like clicked on the shop and then I could see what was available. There was some that were over $1,000. Yeah. And I'm just like, are the people who are really watching TikTok live shopping also the type of person who can drop?
True.
Because you have to act fast. Right. Well, or they make it seem like you have to act fast.
Right.
Because honestly, I thought about it for a second. I was like, $800. I mean, I'm not going to like not be able to pay rent, but I can't really afford to just drop $800 whenever I feel like it. Yeah. And I thought about it for 3.5 seconds. And then I was like, no, what? Stop.
What am I doing?
But I just thought it was interesting. And it's really no shade because
yeah, for sure.
They lost everything. And I would also be doing whatever I could to rebuild my life again. But it was just interesting to me that the arc of Spencer Pratt, they need a documentary, to be really honest. Yeah. Going from before the Hills, the show that him and Brody did where they were like these playboys, and then being on the Hills, with Heidi than after, and he like went on the weird crystal route, and everyone was like, Spencer's crazy.
Yeah.
Whatever. And then to TikTok Spencer, where everyone was like, oh wait, like growing up is realizing that Spencer and Heidi were like not the problem.
Yeah.
I don't really agree with that. I think that I think everyone got the edit that they got solely from production.
Sure.
I don't think that Lauren was as high and mighty as they made her.
Yeah, yeah.
But I also don't think that she was as conniving as they made her.
I agree.
They made Kristen look like the biggest bitch ever.
Yep.
She wasn't really that, but she also wasn't probably innocent.
Right.
Heidi and Spencer, like, I think that after the first couple seasons, even of Laguna, they were like, oh, these are the characters and we're just going to continue to build on that.
Yeah.
And it was like crazy production.
Yeah.
So growing up was realizing that Spencer and Heidi, like, were not as bad as they were portrayed.
Yeah.
They actually really love each other. They wouldn't be together for like 20 years or however long it's been. And the arc of him then on the up again in the TikTok world is just so interesting to me. But I just was so shocked.
We
that
love
he
a
was
hustler.
Slinging.
That is really funny.
Yeah.
Which, speaking of TikTok, tomorrow's the day that it goes down again. Have you
really?
seen if it's been extended?
No, because I gave up caring. Like,
Right.
because again, it's so up and down because
Yeah.
they were, I know it's all for me built on like how much people are paying me because that is like my job. They stopped really paying as much. Like I have gone down the past couple months. Like it was the most I was getting paid for social media. And then it's like slowly gone down as this issue has happened.
Yeah.
So this month I was like, well, I made like $150. So like whatever.
It's just interesting because by this time he had extended it again.
Yeah. 3 months, right?
Yeah. And now it's like, guys, we're recording on the 4th and it's supposed to shut down on the 5th. Like that's when the extension ends.
Yeah. I think because we scrambled so much to like save all our stuff last time, like I have what I wanted to save. And really all I saved were videos of Macy that I put up just through the app, like using little filters on her, whatever. I went through and I just kind of saved those.
Yeah.
And everything else, like I posted other places, so I don't really care that much.
I'm just like, it's interesting that he hasn't extended it again because obviously he's going to, but are we going to go through the whole rigmarole of it shutting down again and then in 24 hours it's back up again?
Well, I don't know because was the first time doing it just to be like, look, I did something.
Yeah, I don't know. You're right.
I did something good.
And it seemed because I was looking this up yesterday to be like, has it been extended? Hasn't. Mm-hmm. And Amazon is throwing their name in the hat to be a U.S. buyer.
Just someone do it. Like I can't.
It's just annoying.
I can't with the male. Like who's better? Someone buy it. Who cares?
Annoying.
Speaking of Amazon.
Oh no.
Did you hear the interview of Katy Perry they're about to go in space?
Oh, that's happening soon?
Yes. Katy, the reason I said Amazon, because that's who Jeff Bezos is the one who's doing it. But Lauren Sanchez, his girlfriend, is one of the girls going up.
Oh. Katy, Gail, Lauren.
And someone else.
I think there's 6, isn't there?
Yes. And again, I don't know if I've said this. Happy that it's an all women flight crew because I did hear someone say that the last time it was an all woman crew was someone like forever ago, a Russian astronaut, and she was just alone. So happy. Okay. But like these are not astronauts. Like why can't can we send 5
and are they going up in a
professional
rocket?
astronauts?
Are they going up in a rocket? Or
it's the one where they just like go like
to the stratosphere
and then right back down. Like they're not like hanging out in space. I don't know how long
still,
it is.
It's still a dangerous thing that like, what if the worst happens and then we have lost Gail and Katy Perry?
Well, I just wanted to tell you like the annoying thing that Katy said.
Oh, great. Rocket fuel is expensive and also highly flammable.
Yeah.
What if she's like, baby on fire, you know?
Yeah. Well, this is a quote
that
she said is that they're going to put the ass in astronaut.
Oh, God.
And her and Lauren talked about.
When's it happening?
April 14th.
Oh, you know what though?
It says,
this means she could still be headlining Firefest. She'll be back in time.
yeah, I mean, she'll be back in one day. Yeah. April 14th was CBS Mornings co-host Gayle King, rocket scientist Aisha Bowe, civil rights activist Amanda Wynn, and film producer Carrie Flynn.
Okay.
But it says, not only does their Blue Origin's NS-31 spaceflight mark the first all-woman crew since Russian astronaut Valentina Tereshkova's solo trip in 1963, but it will also be the first time anyone has ever journeyed to space in full glam. And I'm here to say, if I was going to space for publicity, I would put on makeup.
Sure.
I'm not going to go down at least with no eyebrows.
That's part of the byline. That's crazy.
But she said, who would not get glam before the flight? Oh, that's what Lauren said. But Katy is like making it a thing to be like, I want to look good for this flight, and I'm getting in full glam. And it's like, why? Why are we talking about this?
Right.
Like, why is this a thing? And then I don't know. I don't have.
Did she ask?
I just needed to say, like, it's an annoying thing to say.
It is.
Like, I would also wear makeup.
Yeah.
And it's just annoying because I don't like Katy Perry.
Sure. That's probably,
I'm making it it's my like life's mission to just like not like Katy Perry. But I would also wear makeup, but I wouldn't be like interviewed for something and be like, and I am putting the ass in Astronaut and I'm getting in full glam before I go. I would be talking about the like coolness of like, it's a historical thing that it's this many women going at once, and and these civilians are going, and like, I get to do something I've never done before, and I get to see like
something you never thought you'd ever do.
Literally.
Yeah.
And instead it's like, I'm wearing lipstick and I'm getting glam and my lashes are going to be on and my hair is going to be like all those things. It's like, it just feels like exactly what a man would think.
Yes.
That women would care about going into space. And it just like, I don't like that satisfaction. Yeah. You know?
Yeah.
I don't know.
I hear you.
Yeah. But April 14th, and that reminds me, Firefest update.
Ooh, yes. Let's hear it.
City official denies Fire Festival 2 is taking place in Playa del Carmen. Is that the second place that they said? Fire Festival founder Billy McFarland said it was in Isla Mujeres, Mexico. However, those plans changed after the tourist board said, we have no knowledge of this event. And then last month, he named Playa del Carmen as the new location, but it appears that once again, the news has come to a surprise as the local authorities. The government of the southern Mexican city shared on X, in light of the rumors about an event called Fire 2, we inform you that no event with that name will be held in Playa del Carmen. After responsible review, there is no registration or planning in the municipality. So he's just talking.
Hold on. I'm on his Instagram. There's an update. Let me watch. Okay, I'll reiterate.
Okay.
It's Billy giving an update. 1,800 people in attendance. This is 4 days ago. He's thanking everyone for the courage to be a part of history. Before we get into the lineup news, I need to discuss what happened this week. On Thursday, we hosted a press conference at the Martina Beach Club, which is one of the official venues for Fire 2. Our production, venue, and hospitality partners and the government were all there and all spoke on their plans for Fire 2. This week, we'll begin to release a lineup. We'll have DJs, rappers, reggae artists, pop stars, but also athletes, divers, models, pilots, and creators who will lead the experience for our guests. Fire is all about these intimate experiences. We'll have dozens of artists in a private party-like setting. Fire is all about the people you'll meet, the memories you'll make, and the stories that you will be able to tell for the rest of your life. Guys, Fire 2 can only happen once. Once it's sold out, that's it. There's no wait list. And just like the battle I'm fighting every day, there are no more chances. If you and your friends want to ATV to the jungle with a Super Bowl champion, if you want to swim with the sharks with a pop star,
Katy Perry,
or if you want to learn MMA on the beach with a UFC champion, DM me and I'll help you and your friends get set up. Let's make history, everybody. Drinks in Evian ends the video.
Drinks and FBI.
This is crazy.
Should we DM him?
Hey, he said DM him. He'll help make it happen. We want to come for free. We want to come for free.
I don't even think I would go for free. I
Also,
think that if he paid me.
What pop stars are agreeing to swim with sharks with randos?
And what kind of shark? Did you ever go to Disney World and go to the Typhoon Lagoon and swim with the sharks there?
We went camping in Kentucky. No, we did. We went to Disney World once, but no.
Well, you could swim with sharks there, and those were like little sharks. So if that's the case, I would do that.
But with what pop star? It's definitely like
Katy Perry
or Ava Max.
I don't know.
No shade. I cannot wait. He's like that was 4 days ago, and he said he was
supposed to happen.
It says Fire 2, May 30th through June 2nd. Playa del Carmen, Mexico.
Well, Playa del Carmen said, hell no.
I got to read some of these comments, guys. I'm going to pause this and read some of the comments. Here we go. I might get tickets just to be in the Netflix documentary. That's the top comment. Next. So what's the lineup, sir? Because he said he'd start posting it. This guy just doesn't give up.
There is no lineup.
You should get into politics, bro, because you say a lot of words without even saying anything.
Literally.
The lineup is Queen, the Beatles, Nirvana, and Elvis.
Oh, I thought that's what he said.
Divers and Pilots? No
Divers,
way.
It's giving Casa Bonita.
Divers and Pilots? No way. I'm so in.
Honestly, I like a diving show.
Yeah, but...
Deadass. Have you been to one?
Of course I have.
It's actually so impressive.
At Cedar Point last year, there was a diving show.
Oh my God, fun.
This another top comment. Go away. Sincerely, the world. How can I swim with NFL players? Please tell me more.
Ooh, oh my gosh. He's selling hats for $70.
Hats?
Yeah. Well,
can I see?
There's a bucket hat that's $70. There's a dad hat that's $60. There's a hoodie that's $130, and there's a t-shirt that is $70. I kind of want the hoodie. Is that crazy?
Angela did this last time Fire Festival came out. She bought a hoodie.
Should I buy it? It's $130.
It would be funny. If you know, we should say, hey, Billy, we're going to buy a hoodie. Does that come with a ticket?
Wait, there's more. Does that come with a ticket?
Yeah.
Yeah, right. The cheapest ticket's like $1,200. There's so many t-shirts. Oh my God.
Also, it seems in this video that he posted he's in Mexico. Like he's not, it looks like he's in Mexico.
Does he live there because he needs to be out of the country? There's these basketball shorts are cute. I feel like you'd wear these.
Show. Those are cute.
You like a basketball short? You're wearing some
right
now. Here's the thing is I don't want to buy this because I'm giving him money.
Yeah, of course.
But I do think it's funny to wear it. I would like someone to buy this and then resell it, and I'll buy it from that person.
Yeah.
But
now would be the time to get it because when this crashes and burns, they're going to be really expensive.
More expensive.
Also, we could probably buy it.
I feel like Josh would also wear one of these hoodies.
Probably not. They're not even real. It's like we would buy it and then it
would never come. I know. That's what's annoying. So that's why I need someone else to buy it and then resell it.
Okay, so we will continue to monitor as we are merely weeks away from Firefest 2.
Yeah. If anyone wants to buy me a Firefest sweatshirt,
we'll wear
you
on
can send it to the Fitness Marshall P.O. Box. I'm just kidding, guys. Don't give him your money, but it'd be fun.
It would be fun. I might still get it.
No, don't do it.
No, you're right.
Okay, we have some speak pipes. Speak
pipes.
pipes. Do you want to hear?
I would love to hear.
Hey y'all, it's Victoria again. I know I've done a few of these, so if you want to just skip me and use a speak pipe from someone else, that's totally fine. But I did just want to hear y'all's thoughts about Selena Gomez and Benny Blanco's new album, and just in general what you thought about them doing an album as a couple, because I am just so nervous that they're going to break up or something's going to happen and they'll have done all of this work together. But I've been a fan of Selena Gomez for a really long time, so definitely no shade to her at all. I love her. But I just feel like, I don't know, unsure about the whole thing. But yeah, I wanted to hear if you've listened to their album and also if you've seen some of their interviews recently. I think they're pretty cute together. I think he seems really fun. But yeah, just want to hear y'all's thoughts. Thanks.
Okay, Victoria, I'm glad you brought this up because I wanted to talk to you about this last week, actually, because I have been consuming.
They came to BuzzFeed,
all of their
right?
content. They did come to BuzzFeed. So I haven't listened to the album. I've listened to the single, and I like it. It's cute.
The sad one or Bluest Flame?
Bluest Flame.
I like Bluest Flame. I did click on the album
Yeah.
and the first song was very slow and sad. It was pretty,
Yeah.
but I didn't care because it was sad.
So I've been, okay, it's just outside. I've been consuming content because, like, first of all, Victoria, I do not have the same fear that you do. After watching, I would say dozens and dozens of videos at this point, I think they're fucking solid.
Okay.
It is wild how, like, stable of a person he is.
Oh,
And
really?
he has an insane amount of riz. It's like, oh, I totally understand this. I'm attracted to this man.
Okay. I have consumed zero content, so I have no idea.
Good to her.
Aww,
and when their
sweet.
couple, they did an interview together, and they were talking about, like, how he was like, we don't fight. He's like, she'll get annoyed and she'll say to me, like, I just need some time. I'm going to step away from this. And he's like, I always respect her boundaries.
Yeah.
And then without fail, she always comes back around. She's like, okay, I don't want to be alone anymore. And we talk about it.
Oh, wait, that's so me.
That's so you.
Wow.
And he is a genius. I didn't know that he was responsible for California Girls and Teenage Dream. He created those beats in like 20 minutes after they'd already sealed Katy's album.
Yeah.
And we're like, part of me is the single. And he left the studio, went to the green room area of the studio, made California Girls. Max Martin walks by and is like, what's that? He's like, this, shows it to, they go back in there, they do California Girls with the team plus Bonnie McKee, who is the writer, in like an hour.
Oh my God. I mean, I know that he's done so many songs that you don't even realize that he's done, but I didn't know that. That's very interesting. He's one of the most talented people alive right now.
He did one of my favorite songs of all time by Khalid and Halsey.
Yes. What's it called?
And it literally just left my brain.
Khalid is so underrated.
And gay, and we love that.
Oh, I didn't know his
was
sexuality.
So he just
Recently?
by a grinder hookup outed him.
So
he was like,
annoying.
I didn't want this to be part of my narrative, but yes, I'm gay. Like, really, he did it.
He's so
well.
talented, though.
So talented.
Yeah.
You can be on the east side.
We have a dance to that, and I love it.
Yeah, Benny
That's
Blanco.
That's what's his name though that we don't like. That's her ex, Halsey's, that was abusive, right? I don't.
It's Khalid and Halsey.
Oh,
isn't it?
I don't know. Sorry, guys.
East Side, is that what it's called?
Yes, we have a dance to it. I just never know who the male is. Or is it about Benny Blanco, Halsey Khalid? Yes, you're right. Okay. I'm wrong, but who was her ex?
Machine Gun Kelly? No, it was the white rapper that's awful.
G-Eazy. Is it about G-Eazy?
Oh, that I don't know, but I love the song.
I don't know. He sucks.
Anyway, Victoria. I agree with you. I love Selena. I am excited to hear this album. I love them together. I think that they're solid.
What
are your thoughts?
Well, as a musician, what are your thoughts on creating art with your partner?
It's my dream.
And you're okay with if we're not together. Like, if you have been married to someone for 20 years and you make an album, I think that's different than you've been dating for a couple years, you're engaged, you're not even married yet. Make a album together, because if something does go south, then you're going to be singing those songs.
Yeah.
But I guess like that's kind of like Taylor. I think you have to dissociate a little bit.
You do, and I think that it's a really special thing. Like, look, I created a lot of music with my ex, and that was like 4 of the songs were released, and I have like. The relationship didn't work out, but like it's nice to know that we made this art together.
Yeah.
It would be
if you're both so talented, you shouldn't not
sure
use the talents. But
I mean, yeah, I would love to make art. I matched with Love on a dating app, and I'm just waiting.
Period.
Yeah, I'm just waiting for that to like lead to a date, and then be like, let's make music. You bisexual king.
That would be so fun.
Yeah.
Your voices together would be. Nice.
Thank you. But anyway, yes, I love the idea of making art with your partner. And if it doesn't work, like I think it's harder when, who's the band that made the album while they were going through their divorce?
The band?
Oh my God.
Give me more context.
Oh my God, this always happens to me. I can picture her. I can picture the music.
A man and a woman.
Very famous
Pop.
Grammy-winning album. Old, like maybe the 80s. Oh God, you guys are gonna drag me.
Sonny and Cher.
Well, they did that. They made that.
Mamas and the Papas.
When it only happens when it's raining.
Oh, yes. They sing Landslide?
Yes. Who is
Who
this?
is that? What is their name?
And I keep wanting to say Cyndi Lauper, and it's not Cyndi Lauper, and I'm mad.
Fleetwood Mac.
Fleetwood Mac. Jesus fucking Christ. Fleetwood Mac wrote their best music while they were actively breaking up.
I mean, yeah. It's emotional.
Heartbreak and heartbreak is one thing. It can make some of the best music.
Yeah. Well.
Anyway, I think it's great to make art with your partner.
Yeah, and on the subject of Benny and Selena, I have consumed zero content, so I'm gonna go watch some interview and see what the vibe is.
Sure, those of us that have followed and loved Selena forever are like fantasize about having worked out with her and Justin, but it didn't.
But like,
it wasn't meant to be like that.
The people they are now,
totally
she seems
different.
So peaceful and chill,
yes.
and he is still
traumatized
manic.
And dealing with a lot.
Like, did you see his Instagram stories the other day? It was wild.
I mean, it's like a Britney Spears situation. It sucks.
Yeah.
It sucks.
So I think that she would not be at peace if they were together.
And I
imagine that Haley is not at peace.
Yeah. But Benny is so good to her, and I think that it's a mutual partnership that seems really healthy to me from this outside perspective. So that's my take on that, Victoria.
Okay. I also had a thought the other day, like, what do Haley and Justin talk about? Because I picture them, and all I can picture is them sitting silently.
I've never thought of it, but yeah, what are they talking about?
Nothing.
They're
robots.
Don't they kind of seem like the type that just have people around all the time?
Yeah.
Like they're never alone.
Which is a problem.
She has a pretty big family. He's very close to his. Maybe they're just like always around family.
I feel like I picture her being like, oh my God, did you watch the new episode of Summer House? And he's like, no.
Also, she seems pretty
and
busy.
then like the conversation's over.
Could be.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because if not that this is like, people don't have to be interested in the same things or whatever.
Yeah.
And Josh is definitely not interested in most of the shows that I'm watching.
Well, that's rude.
But if I was like, oh my gosh, I have to tell you about this new episode of The Summer House, he'd be like, what's Summer House for one? And then I would be like, it's a show about these people who are from New York, but then they go to the Hamptons in the summer every weekend and they whatever. And then he'd be like, okay, tell me about it. And then I would tell him and he would like ask questions, even though he has no idea who these people are. Whatever. I see Justin as literally not caring and being like, I don't care.
Yeah.
And then they sit in silence for another 10 minutes. And then she's like, I think I want soup tonight. And he's like, I feel like I want pizza. And then they're like,
what do we do?
Okay, I'll just order something. Like, I don't know. I just feel like their conversations are 3 seconds long.
Maybe we just go to church one Sunday and see if we can observe
Do they go
them.
to...
I think they go to Hillsong.
Where is Hillsong?
They meet at the Mayan Theater in downtown.
I thought he went one time to the one in Hollywood. Mosaic.
No, he was always at Zoe or Hillsong because he's friends with, Carl Lentz.
Oh, it all comes back to Carl Lentz.
Oh, it goes back to Carl. Anyway.
Okay, we have one more. What's time?
Go ahead. We're at an hour.
Okay.
Hello to my faves.
Emily.
I wanted to say a thank you for the sports update. I am loving hearing news each week. I did want to give an update on uni, as it's gone relatively well so far. Last semester I managed 2 high distinctions. However, this semester is proving a little bit more difficult, so may have to aim a little bit lower. I do need some advice though. I have now moved out of my family home permanently to live on campus to make uni a bit easier and to mend some family relationships. However, I have run into some slight problems and need some advice for living on your own for the first time. Firstly, I have chronic pain and injuries of all sorts that make leaving the house on days incredibly difficult. I find I want to do things but don't have the energy to do them. Do you guys have any tips on working with your body rather than against it? I've also added a lot more commuting to my weekly workload, with my work and some classes being over an hour away, meaning I don't always feel super up to being around people or I miss events because I'm working.
Yeah.
With this in mind, I'm wondering if you guys have any advice on not isolating yourself and enjoying the opportunity. I'm trying hard to be involved in activities, but I'm not gelling with my housemates as much as I initially thought, and unfortunately there are only 20 of us in the area. Thank you in advance for any comments and for the podcast. It keeps me going on my long drives.
Oh, thank you. Okay, I missed right in the middle what she said. Chronic pain and injuries that make leaving the house difficult.
Okay. Sorry, Emily. Your accent's amazing.
It is. I just couldn't understand that word. Okay, so many things are in here.
I think like a broad answer from my perspective. So first of all, living on your own it's
very hard for the
person.
It's a challenge. Yeah.
And this is true. If you like truly living on your own, like I think there's two things and they're both different. Like when I moved, I did not live alone until I moved out of living with Allison. Like that was the first time I've ever lived alone.
Yeah.
Now I've been out of my parents' house for a long time, but I've never been alone, and they both feel different. So you're living with people. I historically like love living with people, and this is like I've just now started getting comfortable living alone.
Oh, really?
Yeah. But so first I will say you just kind of have to trust the process because it's like it's empowering and scary at the same time. And living with people and different personalities is very challenging. I don't know your personality type,
especially if they're strangers.
100%, because you don't get to like pick the people that you're with.
I've only lived with friends. Like I've never not lived.
Same.
When I have lived with people, it's always been a good friend.
Yeah.
Except for one time I lived with two people, and one of them was my best friend and the other one was like a friend that I had kind of knew a little bit, and it grew into a friendship, but mostly it's always been with good friends. So it is a little different when they're strangers.
And that is challenging too. Like I would say first piece of advice to that part is you're going to learn and grow a lot from being around people that you probably wouldn't choose to live with.
Yeah.
And also like it may seem daunting and like it's going to be forever, but it's not.
Yeah.
So like be as patient as you possibly can and just like have grace for people. Like from what I know about you, Emily, you seem like a pretty kind person. So I think like just have some grace for both them and yourself and know that it's not permanent.
Yeah, you're going to realize that everyone does things that are weird.
Yeah.
And for one, barring that these people are also relatively nice people, they're not stealing from you. They're not like trying to beat you up. Like if they're
your frozen hamburger patties.
Chicken.
Your frozen chicken patties, like Allison's roommate.
Yeah, but that was my best friend, and she still hasn't paid me back for those. And every year I'm like,
for Christmas, can you get me them chicken patties? Sorry.
But barring they're just like also regular nice-ish people, everyone's going to do things, and you are going to do things that you don't realize are like a little inconsiderate and kind of gross.
Or different from the way they would do something.
Yeah. And it's all about, for me, like you have to talk about it. I don't think you have to be like house meeting and sit down formally.
Not necessarily, no.
But I feel like when you don't talk about things, it breeds even more annoyance. And then it's like you resent each other.
Yeah.
And you're like, this person never cleans their dishes and they leave them there for a week or whatever.
Yeah.
And then you just get more and more annoyed. And then every single thing that person does is the most annoying thing ever. And then you just end up hating them.
Right.
So I feel like it's better to address things head on and just be like, hey, I realize that we kind of do this differently. And I'm someone who washes my dishes right away. And you're someone who maybe likes to leave it for a little bit. And like, how can we compromise on this so that we both are like comfortable with our living space?
Yeah.
Rather than letting yourself be mad at them for ever.
That's great. That's great advice. And I think too, and then speaking to the traffic, do we know about that? It takes us an hour to get most places anywhere in LA.
Yeah.
And with that, I put into practice many years ago radical acceptance, because like,
yeah, you just have to, it's never going to change.
If your commute to work is an hour or plus, and that's just part of your life right now, the more you're able to just be like, this is just what it is, and do things for yourself that make that more tolerable. Like you said, you listen to our podcast in the drive. Like,
if your back hurts, then invest $20-$30 into a
back support,
lumbar support
thing.
or whatever. Like do what you can to make that time that you're in the car more enjoyable.
More like literally invest in it like you would your bed. That's kind of how I looked at it. It's like, if I'm going to be spending most of my weeks in LA in traffic, like I'm going to do what I need to in this car for it to be comfortable. I'm going to have the drink that I want. I'm going to
make sure you have a snack
that I want
in the
glove box, center console. You're going to have the podcast queued up that you want, the music, and it does help with the accepting that this is just what it is. Now,
I love to call people when I'm driving.
I do too sometimes, but yes, Allison does love to call people, and that's great. Yeah, if there's people that you can call.
Yeah.
I do Marco Polo a lot in the car. A lot.
I have found that for me, when I'm home, it's harder for me to pick up the phone and call someone I haven't talked to in a long time.
Yeah.
And it's way easier for me to be like, I'm going to be in the car for 40 minutes to an hour. I'm going to call my mom or dad.
Yeah.
I'm going to call a friend that I haven't talked to in a long time and be like, hey, can you chat right now? Because like I've got a long drive. Like, what's going on?
Let's hit it.
And that makes it easier for my brain, because when I'm home, I'm too tired.
Yeah.
And then I end up just continuing to not connect with that person.
Right.
Whereas if when I'm in the car, I'm like, oh, like perfect time to call. So honestly, that's a hack for me.
Yeah, big time. I love that.
So the pain,
the chronic pain.
Yes, it was giving yourself grace for not being able to do everything, but also how do you get yourself out there when you're in pain? Is that what the question was?
Okay, I do have a piece of advice on that. And listen, I know there's probably more nuance. We don't know all the details of the people, or their gender or age range to you. But I love to host. I'm not in my hosting era right now, but I do love to host. And I think something you could do, just an idea, just to like extend an olive branch and kind of just have a chill hang, is put it on put something on the calendar in the future. Be like, hey guys, I'd love to host Allison hosted a really fun game night in December of last year. Why did I forget? A board night. It's like Allison hosted a party at her place where she had everyone bring a different board with something on it. It's like I brought a cookie board. We had friends bring like a charcuterie board, a different kind of board. It's fun to do themes, and also like people like to get involved in that stuff. Maybe just try that. Be like, let's have a game night on this night. We can each bring our favorite snack and candy, and like let's just get to know each other better.
Yeah. One of the things I think you said earlier was giving your body like grace in this time that you are not feeling the best. And I think that that's something you have to probably work on every day. It's
Absolutely.
like setting your mindset to be like, you know what, today I'm going to do what I can do. And like, that is good. Like that's a positive thing, because you could not be able to do anything. You could be bedridden and you could not be able to get out of bed and walk. So count your little wins on that, but also find something to do that you can do that makes you feel good. So if that is go on an evening walk for even 10 minutes, like you're moving your body, you're giving yourself like some serotonin. Maybe you get to see a pretty sunset, and that's a mental like, a way that you can be like
just ground yourself.
Yeah. And appreciative of your surroundings and those kind of things. So just try to find little wins of things you can do and remind yourself like, oh, I did that. And that is good.
Yeah.
Period.
It's great. Great advice.
Yeah. Thank you for calling, both of you. And please, everyone.
And good luck with this semester, Emily, because I know
I can't imagine to be in school. So
school
you're
and
doing
working.
Good
You're
things.
a powerful girl.
And if anyone wants to leave a speak pipe, you can always do that.
We appreciate and love.
We have birthdays for today, April 7th. Jackie Chan is 71.
Wow.
Anne Marie.
We love.
I'm
going to guess 32.
34. It's
Oh,
her
that's right.
birthday.
That's because-
She gives us a song.
No, hold on. I will always remember. Only 11. 11 in 2002 means that she's a year younger than us. So yeah, 34.
Yes. Good job.
Thank
Good
you.
math.
You already answered it, but I needed to do the math from the song. Thank you.
It's a good song. Russell Crowe is 61. I just had to throw that in there because then I remembered how him being in Les Mis, and
Oh yeah.
it made me chuckle.
Yeah.
Billie Holiday would be 110.
Good.
R.I.P.
Sorry you're not with us, girl.
And Francis Ford Coppola is 86. But I looked at this person's picture and I thought Francis Ford Coppola was a woman.
Oh,
this
no.
whole time.
Mm-mm. His daughter is a woman, and she's also a famous filmmaker.
What's her name? Sofia
Coppola. Yeah.
Yeah. So happy birthday, sir. But I thought you were a ma'am.
Yeah.
That's really it. No one else really. Except the actress that's in Pen 15.
Which
but
one?
I didn't feel like
one?
the blonde one. Yeah.
I don't know her name.
Same.
Good
That's why I
actress,
didn't put her down.
Also a quick RIP to Val Kilmer. I haven't seen much about
yeah.
it, but we did lose him, and
What movie is he in?
he's known for Top Gun. And then
He's one of the.
like with Tom Cruise, the original.
Yeah. He's also a pilot, though.
Yes.
Okay. Is he Goose?
Blonde hair. Yeah.
I've never seen it, but I just knew that.
Good for you.
Well, R.I.P. I didn't know much about him, but I know he's a legendary
He
actor.
had like throat cancer or something. Not good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You want to take us away?
Yep. Everyone come with me. I'm taking you away. Thank you everyone for listening and watching. I'm gonna stop promising that it's gonna look better next week because
At some point it will.
It will. And my hope is that I will have a couch here soon, but it's just a logistical thing. And next week is actually pretty busy again. So,
But you know what? We are grateful that we have a place and the means and the time to record at all.
We are.
So you know what? We're giving ourselves the grace that we tell you to give yourselves.
Yes, we love you. Thank you for listening and watching. Have a great week.
Bye.